Hello, 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 everyone. Hi. Guess what day it is? It is Thursday. Well, actually, it is Thanksgiving Thursday. Thanksgiving Thursday, and we are here again on another episode of the Question Live Show with yours truly, your host, Verona Willis-Brown. And today we are opening the door of April. It is springtime. Well, see, yes, it is springtime. It is a lot of things happening today. We had a great weather. It was like 73 degrees. Woo! That is beautiful. Simply mean if it's 73 degrees, it's going up. And that's my kind of weather. Absolutely. So wherever you are, if you have 73 degrees and more, I welcome you. Absolutely. I welcome you. So you know what we do on Thursday? We come in here, we show support. We come in here, we build together, we create together, we join force together. Because when we do that, we are supporting each other. So we can walk in that journey called success. See? No one person can make it on this life called success because you cannot succeed by yourself. You do need a few of us to walk together. Absolutely. So I want to welcome each and every one of you for coming here tonight. Welcome, April, and welcome you all. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, seeing me, hearing me, watching, doing all of this stuff, and you are first time, you never watched the show before, whether it's live or whether it's replay, you never watched me before, and this is your first time tuning in, I would like for you to put in the comment section right there. Yep, right there. Type it in. It is your first time because when you are first time, you get a special welcome. Right. Now, for those who are returning, welcome. Welcome back. Yes. So we are going to roll into tonight's episode. And as we roll into tonight's episode, I have a lovely, lovely, lovely lady that is going to come and grace us with her story. Now, if you have a story, if you have a book, if you have work, if you have work in progress, bring it on in here so we can work together. Now, with that said, I see Yasmin, welcome, welcome, welcome. With that said, I want to take the time to let you know that we have rules here. Rules. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5 or 4 rules. What are those rules? Rule number one. Oh, wait a minute. Rule number one. I do got to get mine. Rule number one is if you are looking at this and you see live somewhere, right there or right there, right there. If you're seeing live, that means you are in the live audience. And if you are in the live audience, click the share button and share it so they could come on in the live session. See, live is like fresh food coming out of the oven or off the stove, and you want to share fresh food. So that's what you do if you are seeing that. Now, 2, grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen or a pencil, a marker, or a crayon, a feather. Get some paint, get the feather in there, and write with it. And of course, get yourself a notebook or a piece of paper. Now, if you don't have that, please use your devices. I think most devices got a notepad section. Please, by all means, use it up. Now, why am I telling you to write something down? Because here we drop juicy content and golden nuggets. So I encourage you to write things down. It's extracting the thoughts and putting it on paper and make it a reality. Most of the time we are dreaming and we are dreaming in our mind. So we want to put it on paper and then we can see the reality of what's going on in our mind. Now, 3, guess what happened? What I would say, but I don't have it tonight, and I'll give a reason. 3, grab yourself something to drink. Yes, whether it is water, wine, tea, juice, soda, maybe a popsicle, whatever it is you have to drink, just grab it and drink. Drink on my behalf because I've been doing a lot of talking. And 2, it is good for you to hydrate yourself. You see, usually I would have water because I believe in drinking in water. Water good for your soul. And I always say that Jesus turned water into wine. And you never know what could happen to my glass of water. But tonight I don't have water. Tonight, no, I don't have that. But whatever it is that you are drinking, it is good that you have something to drink. Well, tonight it's good for you to drink something on my behalf, isn't it? Because I don't have my water tonight, and I don't have my juice or my tea tonight. But anyhow, that's beside the point. Now, with that said, listen, next one, which is like the last one. If you need to go to the bathroom, whether your bathroom is to the right or whether your bathroom is to the left, please go now. I hope there's no line. Please go now. When you go to the bathroom, just use it, come back, come to your seat. Your seat is reserved right there in the front. Just the same way your seat is reserved in life. No one can take your seat unless you hand it over to them. And we are not handing over our seat to anyone. So with that said, if you don't need to use the bathroom, sit in your seat, be ready, have your drink. Let me know what you are drinking. We celebrate together and we roll into tonight's episode. Now, while we wait for those who went to the bathroom, if you are ready, then we are ready. So while you're thinking about if you are ready or wait for those in the bathroom, type in the comment section that you are ready. So we could go into tonight's episode. Type it in. While you type it in, I'll put up on my screen just a few images. Okay, so I'm back. So without further ado, I'm not sure of how many of you know that this month, yes, April is Autism Awareness Month. So if you are aware, then great. If you're not aware, then you will know tonight that this month, which is April, is Autism Awareness Month. So tonight, I want to introduce to you a lovely lady. Well, she might have her son, is a mother and son. A lovely lady that I've known for quite some time. I've shared space with her, and I will just stop talking and I will bring her on. She is my sister. She is your sister as I bring on to the platform my sister.
Good evening. Hi, Miss B.
You.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're quite welcome. So tell us where you're tuning in from and a little bit about yourself.
I am a grandmother. I'm a mother of 2 amazing sons. My youngest son, who we all affectionately call the captain, is autistic. I'm a new grandmother. My granddaughter's 2 years old. I'm a fur mommy. I have 2 cats. More importantly, I'm an advocate for women, an advocate for autistics, parents, and caregivers. I'm the boob fairy. I'm a damsel in defense consultant. And, just my businesses and entrepreneurship reflect my passion for supporting and empowering women and supporting and empowering the autistic community. Oh, I'm very passionate about support and empowerment. And one of the things I want to say that's not about me, but it's about Miss V, is Miss V is one of the most amazing women I have ever met. She inspired me. I was thinking about writing a book, but I went to her book signing and I was like, wow, when you do something that affects lives, the way I saw her book affecting people, I said, that's a very good way to serve. So that was my purpose. That was my goal, to serve. You know what else too? The autistic community is like a forgotten community. I say that a lot. And one of the things that just disturbs me is the lack of acceptance and the lack of awareness of autistic people. Autistic people are not stupid. They're not dumb. They're not any of those things. They are just wired differently. And what that means is they process things differently from the way we process things. The thought process is different. One of the good things that I did was connect myself. And this is what I suggest or advise to most parents and caregivers, especially if you have young children, and especially if your children are nonverbal. Connecting to the autistic community, that was one of the most amazing things I ever did, besides early intervention. I advocate for early intervention. I advocate for programs because there are so many programs. Now, there are a lot of programs here in New York for the autistic community. My son, the captain, he is in an adult program at CUSEC now. And he really, really enjoys going to that program. And one of the things I always tell my parents is to make sure that your loved one has a quality of life. Don't just let them sit around all day and do nothing. That's not good for anybody. So in January, the captain and I launched our book, Captain May I. I wrote the book because I wanted to support and empower, again, the autistic community. I wanted Captain May I to be a blueprint for other parents and caregivers, like a reference guide to let them know, most importantly, that they're not alone. That was very important for me because I know as a single mom of someone on the spectrum, it becomes overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. The challenge and the struggle with it is real. We want to give our loved ones the best care. And to do that, we have to understand them and how they think, how they process things. One of the things that I often tell everybody when they ask me about autism, what is autism? Again, it's a different way of thinking. It's a different way of the thought process. Autistic people have no filter, most of them. And that is because when they are processing, some of the things some of the things that we find, I don't know what's the word I want to use. Some of the things that we take for granted, some of the emotions and stuff that we take for granted, autistic people just don't practice. They are just unfiltered. It's just whatever comes. The honesty sometimes is unnerving. Listen, you can't ask the captain anything and not be prepared for the answer. And we just launched our book, as I was saying before, Captain May I. We launched it in January. And, I was telling the story about from when we found out that he was autistic up until now. And the thing is, it is a journey like no other I've ever experienced. There's so many components to it. But the first thing that is a must is early intervention. That is extremely important. If you think or feel that there is something that's not right, I like the air quotes, that's not right, have it checked out. Because with the captain, it was just one day he was talking and playing catch with his dad, and then the next day, nothing. Uh, the first thing that comes to your mind is like, oh God, something is wrong with my child, which is natural. It's natural for all of us. I do not want to lie and say I didn't panic, because I did. I do not want to lie and say that there was a point between the diagnosis and just discovering that there was something different, that I said to myself, I said, no, nothing can be wrong with my child. Please, God, don't let anything be wrong with my child. Every parent goes through this. As your children grow up and they develop, they have these milestones that our children are supposed to reach. And when they don't reach them, we panic. I know every parent out there, whether your child is on the spectrum or not, knows exactly what I'm talking about. They tell you, oh, the terrible twos, and oh, by the time they get to, they should be saying X amount of words, or by the time they're 3 or 4, they should be stringing words together to make a sentence. And if at one point you notice that they're not reaching those milestones, you want to find out what's going on. And honestly speaking, we want to know, but then we don't want to know. We don't want anything to be wrong. But my suggestion is, don't let your fear, don't let it debilitate you enough so that you don't find out what is wrong. And it's not anything that is wrong. It's just that you're going to have to figure out a way to communicate with your son or daughter differently than you would with someone, as we like to call us, people that are not on the spectrum, neurotypical. I have devoted and I'm committed to supporting and empowering the autistic community. The awareness, yes, but I'm more focused on the acceptance. When I say the acceptance, this world, like I said in my book, the world is intolerant. It can be cruel. The thing about it is, and this should go for our relationships with everyone, we need to meet people where they are. We need to get down to their level, if necessary, in order to communicate with them. The captain is going to be 26 years old in April. Now, he was supposed to join me on this interview, because it's, in my opinion, it's about him. But after he washed his clothes and hung them up, he sat here for a few minutes. Things didn't go as quickly as he wanted them to. And then he said, okay, see you later. Expect the unexpected from autistic people. That's another thing too. They can be delightful at times, and at other times just it's so challenging. But one of the things I want to say, being that this is Autism Awareness Month, the puzzle piece that we use, we use to describe autistic people. I got this straight from autistic people. They don't like it. They don't like it. And they don't like it because they see it as somewhat of an insult, because, a puzzle piece is something that has to fit in. It's puzzling. They don't want to fit in. They don't want people to think of them with question marks. They want to be included. They want to be included. They want to be treated like everybody else is treated. I don't know if that's so good, but that's what they want. They want to be respected, and they want to be treated like human beings. One of the things that I got from them that they are most concerned about, and that they are angry. I want to say angry because it's true. They're angry. They're angry about non-autistic people speaking for them. So let me make that clear. I'm not speaking for them. I'm just relating what was told to me by them. When I first got connected to the adult autism world, because I was mostly around kids. When I first got connected to the adult autism world, I said, ooh, They give it to you raw. They listen. They are unfiltered and they don't miss a beat. And their thing is, how are you guys talking about autism and talking about all these things about us without consulting us? And this, again, just like the puzzle piece, they said nobody consulted us about a symbol for us, and I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand. I respect them. So that is why I wrote the book. I want to thank Ms. V for having me here to talk about autism and to talk about acceptance and support and empowerment. Ms. V, I really appreciate you inviting me and the captain here, even though the captain didn't show up. This is the only way for us to educate. This is the only way for us to educate one another, is for someone who is part of the autistic community. And I'm not saying that if you're not autistic, you're not part of the community. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying, listen to autistics. Listen and hear them. Listen and hear what they have to say. So, Ms. V, if anybody has any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer questions. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I like how you just dive right into it, because it's very important that we get things out of the way, get it out. There's no limitation. We don't put limitation on ourselves, and that's why I gave you the way. Just get it out, extract it out of your system. And this is, again, another reason why I suggest that people write things down.
Yes.
Write things down, because when you write things down, you are extracting your thoughts.
Absolutely.
So many times we got thoughts rolling in our head. We're thinking. But what is it? We got to get it out. We got to write things out, because when you write things down, and viewers, as you can see, writing things down results in a book.
Yes.
It results in a book. And each one of us, every last one of us, whether you're going to watch us on live or on replay, everyone got a story within us. Story or 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, whatever the amount is. We all got books inside of us. So again, I want to congratulate you. Oh,
thank you.
I want to congratulate you on this book. I want to congratulate you. And I think
and you are an inspiration. You are an inspiration.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you are.
I'm so glad. I'm really honored. I'm honored to know that I'm sitting here as your inspiration. I just strive to at least inspire one person. If I inspire one person, then I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
That's right.
If that's it, my whole intention is, if I inspire one person, I'm successful. I'm successful. Absolutely. And I just want to impact the masses, but if I inspire just one. So I am so glad that I fall into the category, and it's been acknowledged today that, hey, I inspire you to write your book. Very, 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 very proud of you. And of course, audience, you heard she said, Captain. And what happened? Again, you answered some questions that I was thinking to ask you, and you went right into them and you answered them straight. So that is not a problem. We are good to go. Now, you mentioned Captain, and audience, you hear she's saying Captain. Captain is the name of her son. Now, how you came up with that? Well,
name? You know what? His name is Kevinellis. His name is Kevinellis. And when he was a baby, my husband and I are Star Trek fans, and we would watch it, and this guy would be up and trying to stay up 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we just happened to be watching TV, and the theme from Star Trek Voyager came on. I can't even hum it right now, but when it came on, he stopped, and he looked, and let me tell you something. After that, every time we wanted to calm him down or soothe him, we would put on that Star Trek theme, and he was go, then the part where they cause see, there's Star Trek, there's Voyager, but we thought he only liked the newer ones. He likes the old ones as well. I saw someone ask me, when did I find out that he was autistic?
Yeah, because I
When did
have
I
that
first
before.
notice the symptoms?
Hmm.
He was 2 years old when I noticed. And when you read the book, it's a thing where, like I said, one day he was fine,
Yes.
and then just the next day, complete shutdown. When I say complete shutdown, he wouldn't look at me. And I said, well, maybe he's deaf. So I went around in front of him and he wouldn't look up. He was playing with he had these little trucks.
Yes.
Uh this Chucky. Chucky's the name of the truck. Chucky the talking Tonka truck. I remember
Yes.
that.
Yeah. The tonka,
And
tonka, tonka, tonka.
remember, did you remember Chucky? But they also made smaller versions of Tuckies. So he had the big one, and he had little small ones. And
Yes.
he was lining them up. And I was like, Kevin, Kev.
And he was moving.
And I said, oh my God, he's deaf. So I said, well, let me go around him because I was behind him. I said, let me go around
Yes.
him. And I had to lay down on the floor and get up underneath him up to his face. And then he finally acknowledged me.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I was frozen in time because I said, this is not right. Something is not right.
Yes. Yes.
So I said, well, let me just observe some more because I know
Yes.
if I told my husband, it would freak him out. And eventually I did have to say to him, I said, let's go have Kevin's hearing tested.
Right. Right.
And then I just decided to tell him, I said, I think something is, we need to look into it. I didn't want to keep using the word something's wrong,
Yes.
because
Yes.
that's a mindset.
Yes. Yes. We're
So
here
I
for
just
it.
told him, I said, we need to go and have some tests done. And we went to New York Hospital and had the hearing test done. Hearing
Mhm.
was fine.
Okay.
And that's when, the pediatrician was observing him and asked, have we ever heard of autism? And I had heard of it, but I didn't know much about it.
Right.
But like I said in the book, I knew right then and there if it was going to affect my relationship with my son. I had already made up my mind. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
No.
So
No. Every parents want perfection.
yeah, yes, we do. Yes, we do. But you know what the good thing about it was? And like I tell everybody, they call it a spectrum disorder because each person is an individual. Everybody thinks that all autistic people are Rain Man and the good doctor. They're not. They're not. Each one is an individual. Some of them, and we don't like to use the words high functioning. Some of them uh, perform better. I don't know if that's a better word, but everybody, like you said, everybody has a talent, has a
Yes.
gift,
Yes.
and this goes for autistic people too. And with that being said, people think because they've seen autistic people on TV or they know somebody's sons, brothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, cousin that has an autistic family member that they know autistic people. No. And I say this to them too. Even if you have an autistic family member, pick up a book.
Yeah.
Pick up a book because the book will, Alexa, stop. The book will tell you and give you, what do I want to say? I want to give you some foundation, some
Right.
basis,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
basis of what it will, the more information you know about autism, then the better you can interact with someone that is autistic. So that's very important. Pick up a book, read a book. I don't care. And
Education is the
there are
key.
lots of books out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's surprising. And I read something yesterday because I do have another question in the thing. I read something yesterday, and you would be surprised at the people of who we call celebrities that is artistic. You'd be
Yes.
surprised, and I do have a
Yes.
list that I'm going to share, and you would be surprised of who they are.
Yes. Yes. And I've seen a list too. And I'm glad that they put that list up because they have people on there like Beethoven and all something. And,
Yes.
it's a testament to the fact that this is not a disease. It's
Yes.
nothing to be cured.
Yeah.
It just is a part of who they are, part of their makeup. Just like you and I are Black women, then you have, and the other thing someone asked me too, that I wanted to tell the statistics, males are more likely to be autistic than females. I don't know why. I
Interesting.
made up my mind right in the beginning. I wasn't going to mess with research. I wasn't going to be looking for cures. I wasn't going to do all of that. Because in my head, then, if it's not a disease, why am I looking for a cure?
Yeah, yeah, right. Yes,
Right?
there you
Makes
go.
sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's not contagious. It's not
No, it's not
contagious.
contagious. No, it is
You
not.
know,
No, it's
and
not contagious.
the thing is, as women, we have to come, or let's say mothers, inside of our wombs is a creation. It's a creation that was placed in our womb. We
Right.
didn't put the creation in there. Therefore, the creator of that creation is already aware of what's
Yes.
going to be placed in our womb.
Yes. Yes,
And
absolutely.
what did the creator do? He equipped us.
Right.
He equipped us. So even when we think, oh my God, I won't be able to manage this. Yes, that's the reason why it was in your womb.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
everyone can manage something differently. Now, maybe if I, or maybe Theta, or maybe Amina, maybe somebody else in the audience got that responsibility of an
Yes.
autistic child, they won't be able to manage it. But what did God do? He said, oh no, Michelle is very much aware. Michelle can
You,
manage.
you, you're absolutely right. I saw something, and I know whether it was on TikTok. Because there are a lot of, and being that this is Autism Awareness Month, there are a lot of
Yes.
memes and stuff out there.
Yeah.
And one of them is just like, about fitting in.
Duh.
And, there's one that is really cute. It says, God must be a little autistic too. That's why the world spins. I thought that was very cute. I cracked up on that. And you got to have, when it comes to programs and resources, it's not that it's a sense of urgency, but it's a necessity.
Yes.
You cannot just sit and wait and hope and pray.
Yes.
Now, what you do is you pray, hope, act.
Again.
Or you can do it anyway, but action has to be action and prayer has to be a part of everything.
Yes.
The prayer helps you get clear.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you say, you know what, okay. It's like taking a deep breath when you pray. And then you say, okay, I'm ready. You might not be ready.
Right.
But tell yourself you are.
Yes.
Tell yourself you are. Because baby steps, Miss V, baby steps.
Absolutely.
Baby steps. It's a process. Doesn't happen overnight. Does not. The captain does laundry, he washes dishes. His room looks better than mine. My room looks like a tornado went through it. Everything's very neat on the dresser, and it's absolutely wonderful.
They're very specific.
But he won't clean my room up though.
Oh no, that's your space. That's very much your space. He's responsible for his space. Okay. Somebody asked another question. That is excellent. Let's see. Amina asks, is there an adult autism, or all autism show up in childhood time?
Is there an autism, an adult autism?
Or is this
I don't understand what that question is. Is there an adult autism?
Yeah, because most of the time they said a child is autistic is in a child. So they spot you
right,
first.
Yeah. Well, that is because they haven't been diagnosed. We advocate for early intervention so that you can get started on the road, learning how to communicate and how to help them live the best life that they can live. But usually, autism presents itself at the age of 2.
Oh, 2.
At the age of 2 years old. That's 2 years old. Now, as far as adulthood goes, again, this is part of who they are.
Yes.
And I have no idea what causes autism, so I don't get into immunizations and the mercury and the this and the that. I don't do all of that. I don't do all of that because I'm not saying that people that want to do research and look for a cure, if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Yes.
But for me, how I got through it and how me and my family got through it was we focused on, okay, let's find out what he can do. Let's let's find out what he can do. Because my husband just said that, oh, he can't do this, oh, he can't do that, oh, he can't do that.
No, words.
No.
Words are powerful.
Yeah. Words are very powerful. Mindset is powerful, and you can set yourself up to fail.
Yes.
If you just don't do anything, if you just get and listen, don't get me wrong. I know that it's overwhelming. I know. I've been doing this for a couple of decades. I know it can be overwhelming. Listen. And don't think that I'm the bravest person in the world or I got it all figured out, because I don't.
No.
There were nights when I walked the floor because he didn't sleep. And I mean, I would be going through the day like this because I was so tired.
Yes.
Because now once we did get him to school, I was up all night. So now I'm tired. I got to sleep before he gets home. That means nothing got done. So I had to figure out a way. And then my mother moved in with us. So I had someone with Alzheimer's and someone that was autistic. It was kind of like a pretty good audience for me because I could just talk and rattle on. And listen, they couldn't run away from me because I strapped my mother in her wheelchair and strapped the captain in his high chair, and I would just go on. And they would look at me as if to say, "She's a nut." And you know what? But we learned. We made a game out of it. So. Yeah. And I gave them a chance to speak. My mother, she was talking about we don't know what, and he was saying something because he was never nonverbal.
Okay.
He was never nonverbal. He always talked. But there's just a thing that he was talking a lot before we got him diagnosed.
Okay.
Once, what made us get him diagnosed because he stopped running his mouth. He stopped talking and stopped talking and stopped looking at people. Well, one of the things I am extremely grateful to God for is that he's not one of those autistic people that has a lot of sensory issues. Some of them you can't touch them, and he will hug you if he likes you. He will hug you. He tells me to kiss him and he wipes it off. That's our game. Oh, mother, kiss me. And then when I kiss him, and he goes like that. We crack up. Him and I have traveled, and we're going to travel. I have a group called Awesome Family Special Travel. I just started that. Our first vacation is in August.
Okay.
We're going to the Bahamas.
All right.
And I have a small group on Facebook. If anybody's interested, they can reach out to me about that because we're going to do something every year.
Yes.
Every year. Awesome Family Special Travel. And we're going to have T-shirts too.
Yes. And we want to see all the updates when you go traveling.
Yes, well, I'll keep you updated. But we want to do a couple of trips a year, because a lot of people are kind of shy about getting on a cruise. It's not going to be long because the captain has sailed before, so we know he's going to be okay. But then again, I always say autistic people are predictably unpredictable. So we're trying to do short vacations. Then the next one we're going to do is going to be something on land. So we're going to do something on land for 2024, and then we're going to do another cruise. So we're building up. We did one this year to see how it goes, and then next year we'll do two. So we want to have at least 2 vacations a year.
And that is very good because that gives them a different environment.
Yes.
And when you change environment, it does something to your mindset.
Right. Yes, it does.
You change environment, it gives you a different way, a different perspective of life.
Right. Yes.
Most of the time,
yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
You're in your house, you're babysitting this one, you're doing this, and you just want to shift gear, right? You want to distract yourself from what is it that you normally would do and go somewhere else, elevate.
Right. Yes. But yeah, you're right, Ms. B. You have to expose them to an environment other than the one that they're used to. It's just like us stepping out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that if they don't want to do it, push them and make them.
No,
but one of the things.
For anything.
Right. One of the things, and one of the reasons why I did this was because, and a couple of my moms told me, oh yeah, we want to go someplace, but we don't have anybody to go with us, and people act funny, and again, back to the autistic community being the forgotten community.
Yes.
So I said, you know what? That's okay. If nobody want to travel with us, we'll travel together. Yes. How about that?
That's it. You pick him up and that's it. You go.
Absolutely. That's what you have to do.
Sometimes we hold ourselves back because we're waiting for others.
Yes. Right? And we cannot wait. We don't have time for that.
You don't have time to wait for others because your destiny, your dream, your vision was given to you. Your purpose was given to you. So why should you wait for me? Why should you wait for somebody else?
Exactly. Because sometimes you wait for people you'll never get anywhere. You'll be waiting for the rest of your life. And, that was one of the things, I heard what they said. What they were saying was absolutely true. it's kind of lonely out there for some of the caregivers and parents, because in, okay, I can use the word, I'll use other circles where there are neurotypical people. We're neurotypical. So other people, when they have gatherings and stuff like that, um, if a child throws a tantrum, well, he's throwing a tantrum. A tantrum and a meltdown is two different things. I tell people that all the time too. It's good to be with a group of people that understand that,
Yes.
that know that if you do such and such thing, a meltdown is coming, and you'll learn what to do to dissipate it.
Yes.
It may take a month, it may take a week, it may take a day, it may take a year, but like I said to them when I spoke about this group and this travel group, everybody was like, this is the most amazing, wonderful thing. Because they know when they go on a group with autism moms and caregivers and dads or whatever, the group is we're going to interact with other people, but we'll be there to support each other.
And that
That's
is
what it is.
important.
The support, like you said, support. It's very important.
Because it is very important, because again, no one person can make it on this journey. That's the reason why there's so many of us in the world. How many billions, trillion, 8 billion of us? No one person can make it on this journey by themselves. And whether you're in a circle of autistic people or not, the fact of the matter is that you are not by yourself.
Exactly. That's it. That's the message in the book. You are not alone. You are not alone.
And
You're not alone.
We have to come to this point where we know that we are not alone, because we have to convince ourselves that we are not alone, no matter what situation we're in. Whether we have a child autistic or non-autistic, it doesn't matter. Everyone has something to deal with. And we have to keep on telling ourselves, what you consider normal might not be normal to me. What I consider normal might not be normal to you.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So we have to learn to work around each other. We have to learn to accommodate each other. We have to learn to support each other, because when we support each other, we become stronger people. We become more educated. Because now I'm going to isolate myself because, oh, my child is not autistic. No. I want to go into your circle. I want to learn about your circle. I want to learn about your culture. Because if I don't learn about your culture, I'm going to be looking real stupid.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And everything you said is so important. And that is everything that I've been talking about. I've been preaching. I've been, talking to them. And someone said, oh, well, we don't go out because he does this, and we don't go out because he does that. And they're and honestly speaking, they're embarrassed and they're ashamed.
And that's the thing.
You don't do that to yourself. Don't do it.
Yeah,
don't do it, because you'll never, ever go anywhere or do anything. You just have to put your armor on and get out there. And you know what, too? The more you go, the more comfortable you'll feel.
Yes, because you have to make that first step.
Right. That's right. Exactly.
Make that first step out there. Because again, I think you mentioned this earlier. Take action. And every action you take is from a little baby step. It's from a little baby step, because I am going to put up, we have 2 questions in the audience, and I'm going to put those questions up in just a minute. But I want to show something here. And this is a diagram. This is a spectrum diagram. And there's another one right here. Right there. And then we have another one right here. Okay. On this spectrum. These are spectrum. And you mentioned the word spectrum earlier. And we want to talk about spectrum, because when we hear the word spectrum, we might just get thrown off. What is spectrum? Somewhere on that spectrum, all of us lies on a spectrum.
Yes, absolutely. Okay? That's it.
Because the whole point of spectrum is your emotions. Your emotion lies in a category. Your emotion lies somewhere. It's like a circle with triangle, a circle with triangles. Your spectrum might look different from mine, but that's
exactly.
That's what
makes it too. That you've given a better definition than I could. That's what it is. A spectrum has many facets.
Yes.
That's why it's called a spectrum.
That's why it's called a spectrum. And we are in a little corner somewhere. You
right. Yes.
I might be in this triangle. I might be in this square. I might be in this square. I might be in this rectangle. But the fact of the matter is, we all are together. We all are together. And that's what makes us beautiful. That's
Yep.
what makes us beautiful, because when you become aware that you are on a spectrum, you accept that. And that
Yes.
makes you beautiful
You know what,
because
Miss B? I'm gonna take you on the road with me. I'm gonna take you on the road with
you
me.
know that.
Yeah, yeah. You take me on. I'm gonna take you on the road with me because you have hit the nail on the head. And the thing about it is that when we're talking about community and serving, that should include everyone.
Of course,
That is until they decide to not be included. And
inclusion
listen,
is important.
everything is not for everybody. And I'm not saying that we trying to, are we trying to heal the world? We would like to, but we got to start in our own backyard first.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You see, this is an inclusion, and that same word inclusion, it still goes back to support each other.
Yes.
Okay, it still goes back to support each other. I'm like, okay, let me accept, because you see, there's a word called acceptance. There's a word
Yes.
called acceptance, and when you accept who you are as a person, you tend to accept somebody else.
Yes.
So when we are struggling with acceptance of ourselves, our authentic self, then it becomes a problem for me to accept your child. It becomes a problem for me to accept your lifestyle. It becomes a problem for me to accept your culture. But we have to come inside of ourselves, search
Absolutely.
ourselves to see our authentic being. And to know that we are like in a little flower garden. Inside a flower garden, don't only have roses, darling. Okay?
Yes.
And on the
Yeah.
roses, there are thorns. But do you just say, oh, I like the
I
rose,
just,
but I
I
don't
just
like
love
the
you.
thorn?
I just
No,
love you.
you don't. You got to accept the entire thing. That is the rose. That's the plant, and that's the rose right there. That's the
That's it.
tulip. That's the lily. That's the marigold. That's all of them together. That's why the world is beautiful. That's your
Absolutely.
culture over there.
Absolutely.
That's my
Absolutely.
culture over here. You might like that food. I might like that food. But guess what? At the end of the day, we're all beautiful.
Yes, we
All
do.
things great and small. We are beautiful. We are beautiful. And we have to accept this. We have to learn to discover that we are beautiful. That's number one. When we discover that we are beautiful, then we can go out there and show a little bit of kindness, because that's
Yes,
all it is.
absolutely.
You see,
You are
support,
so right.
support is only a little bit of kindness. It's nothing
Yep.
hard. It is not
Absolutely.
hard.
It's
Totally
not.
not.
No, it's not. It's not.
I have a question for you. In the oh, Wasim, listen, you have people in Pakistan here, people in the UK here. This brother is all the way in Pakistan, and he's asking a question for you. Are there treatments available for autism?
I don't
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, I don't.
I don't I don't touch that. I don't touch that. But you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna touch it. No,
Yeah,
no, no. Autism is not something to be treated or cured.
right.
So no, there is no treatment.
There you go. And I didn't yet ask another question, but I think what is the difference between
What
autism?
is it's
And I think
oh that's a great question. That's a great
that's a
question.
great question. All right, I
That
think
question, the difference between autism and Asperger's level. That's the best word I can describe it.
the level.
Before they, everything progresses. And
Yes.
so honestly, they're still trying to explain autism. They know that it's a different way autistic people do, their brain functions differently.
Yes.
That's what they first called, autism was first called Asperger's. And since
Oh,
this is something that I read. But again, spectrum, spectrum, just like you said, spectrum. Because there's AD, there's ADHD,
yes. ADHD
all of these
disorders.
letters, all these
Yes.
alphabets, and all these the most important thing
Yes.
is acceptance. Now, people run around talking about aware of what?
Yes.
What are you trying to be aware of? That you
Yes.
can treat people like a human being regardless of who they are, how their brain functions?
Yes.
Mostly there are supportive treatments. Well, listen, for me, I'm not trying to treat my son. I'm not trying to cure my son. I don't knock anybody that is, but no. Listen, they are saying that
Accepting.
they use
Accept that
CBD to
yeah,
treat autism. You ever
yeah,
heard that one? CBD to treat autism.
yeah.
And I'm quite sure they have drugs and stuff to treat autism, but autism is not to be treated. It's not to be cured. I never get tired of saying that because people keep asking me. And that's my personal opinion.
Yes,
That's my personal opinion. And to be
absolutely.
honest with you, a lot of all the autistic adults that I've talked to, if you walk up to them and start talking about a cure and a treatment, you ain't gonna like them very much because they'll tell you, "Get out of my face with that." Well, I mean facetious, but they'll be insulted.
Yes.
So you're saying that I'm autistic, so I have a disease.
Right. Right. Because the thing is, and I like that. I like that because when you start pinpointing on treatment sounds so negative, right?
Yes,
It give a negative kind of perception on things. Oh, I'm getting a treatment. That alone is giving your mind a perception of something negative, that you have something
yes,
contagious.
a disease, and
Yes, it's a
yeah,
disease. Yes.
yes, and you know what too, and this is the funny part about it because I had somebody laughing. Um, they call autism a disability
Oh,
it's a disability. In the autistic community, we call it a different ability. My son is not disabled.
there you go.
He's not.
How can you be, listen, everything, and I said this from the beginning, inside of your womb held a life. Your womb was perfect enough to hold him, right?
Absolutely.
Your womb held him in there. Everything that is on this earth is perfect. It's
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
Okay, your
Yes.
baby boy was perfect from the womb. Therefore, at age 26, he's still perfect.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
So
I
there's
could
no
not agree with you
limitation.
more.
There's
You know
no
what, Miss
limit.
V? I wish everybody had your perception. I mean, your perspective, because that would strip away some of the negative connotations,
Yeah.
the negative. They have all kind of narratives and myths about autistic people. They're wild. They're crazy. No,
No, no.
no, none of
He's
that is true.
perfect. He's
None of it is true.
perfect.
Yeah, can some of them have meltdowns and it's like World War IV. But the
And it
thing about
doesn't
it is,
matter. It
yeah,
doesn't matter
listen,
because each one of us, we are wired differently.
there you go.
And you might react in a different way than I react.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your emotions might go, mine is like, oh, I'm just gonna be right here.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I think you use a word. It's so funny you use the word, but I'm not going to say the word because I'm going to ask you a question at the end with that same word. But I'm not going to go. But the whole point is our emotions is what we operating on. We operate on our emotion. And psychologically, when we go inside of our mind, what is
Mhm.
inside of our mind is how we extract it.
Yes,
There's so many things that roll inside our mind. It's a battlefield inside of our mind. But how can we extract it? It all depends on us. It all
absolutely.
depends on
The
each
individual,
and every
yes,
one of us individually. Because when you know how to extract what is in your mind individually, you know how to work around everybody else. You know how
yeah,
to go in somebody else's culture and you're blending with them. You learn to
yes,
accept that. And you keep on using the word. And I like the word acceptance because that
yes,
is where we are having a problem as
yes,
human being, as human being,
as
because
human beings for everything, yeah, for
look,
everything. You're
animal
absolutely right.
kingdom don't have a
Yeah,
problem.
right. I've run all over with the hashtag autism acceptance. Awareness is fine. Awareness is fine.
Okay?
You know, you're about as aware, but you need to accept.
Accept it.
You need to accept it.
The animal kingdom does not have a problem. The animal kingdom accept even the common ants that crawl.
That's true.
Okay? The
Even if they do
lion
eat each other.
accept the zebra accept the lizard accept the alligator, everybody in acceptance. So what is the problem with the human being? What is the problem? We are competing ourselves with each other.
Yes,
What is the
absolutely.
problem? We are in competition with each other. What is the problem with us human beings? We got to learn to strip
We have to
off
learn. That's
all
right. Yeah,
of
you know
this.
what? Yeah, learn behavior. Learn
Just
behavior.
learn.
Now,
Sometimes you have to relearn some things that you were taught already.
yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Absolutely. There
Uh,
are there are there are
Audience, come on.
there are millions of people out there looking for cures, and I'm quite sure. Um, I'm quite sure, and I wish them well. I do. I wish
Yes.
them well. I wish them well. That's just not the road that I'm on. I'm not. You know.
Miss Michelle, I'm gonna tell you this: the cure for anything, and I'm gonna use this. The cure for anything is love.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Uh, the, the,
Absolutely.
the cure for anything is love.
Yes. And one of the great things about being an advocate, uh, I've met so many people that have not only given support but have taught me so much. And I mean, when I say taught me so much, not technical stuff, not
Yes.
statistics and stuff like that. I'm looking to see if disorders are not a disease, it is a condition, and it's not disability is another way of exactly.
There you go.
That's
Thank
it.
you so much.
That's it in a nutshell. Thank you.
There you go. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
We language. And you know what too?
Thank you.
Language. Miss
Yes.
V, language is very important to autistic people.
Yes.
They want, the acceptance.
Yes.
And like I went back to the puzzle piece, they don't like that. They don't like it. Most of them that I know, they don't like it.
There you go.
And I can understand it. I can agree with them. And we talk about albiism and first person. All I tell people is this, and there are groups on Facebook where they welcome parents of autistic individuals that can't communicate the way they can, so that you can get at least a foundation.
Yes.
Because everybody, like we said, is an individual. What you can do, you have a conversation with them, and they've given me a lot of insight. My relationship with the captain just bloomed once I started talking to them.
There you go. Okay, Somebody have another question. Okay, I see a question. Go ahead, Michelle. I'm going to find the question. Okay. Here goes the question from Theta is asking. Okay, I think she had mentioned.
Yes, the captain was talking before age 2.
Yes.
Yes.
So she knows someone who is a year.
Oh, somebody said
3 months, but he's not talking as of yet. Should the parent be concerned right now?
I would go get him evaluated.
Yes, get him evaluated.
Early intervention is the best thing. Early intervention is the best thing. Again, and we keep talking this, and I just wish we all understood it. We're all individuals, but we have these standards and these statistics, and they should be talking about the time there too, and they should be good. But every child isn't. And I guess from studies, that's just it's studies where they have observed children and they noticed that around the age of 2 they start running their mouth. The captain was no different.
Yes.
No was his favorite word, like most children. No. He said that more than he said anything else. No, eat. And he knew the names of food.
Milk. Yes, your basic stuff.
That was Mr. Juice and Water. Juice, water.
Yes.
And sometimes he said with an attitude, girl. I said, you know what? I don't work for you, sir.
Well, actually,
he's a delightful young man. Both my sons are amazing. But the captain is a gentleman. He's polite. Don't get me wrong. He gets an attitude. He gets an attitude fast.
And what is the point? We all do.
Yes. Please advise them to get early intervention. You can reach out to me on Facebook.
Yes, let them know.
Because Ms. B knows that's where I hang out most of the time. Facebook is an easy platform for me. It's easy to interact for me as far as Facebook is concerned. So I have a couple of profiles. I got a couple of groups. And then one more thing, I talk to parents and tell them it's not over for you. Some of them, I understand about working a 9 to 5, The school's calling, you gotta come get your kid, and no company, corporate America is not gonna put up with that. So I encourage them, get
Yeah.
yourself a side hustle and turn it into a business. Become an entrepreneur so that you can have some support.
Yes.
Because that's all we've been talking about. All of this is support. So
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, a quick question here. What has been your biggest? I mean, Captain is 26, right?
Yes. He's gonna
Okay.
be 26 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, all right. Happy birthday,
Please don't say
Captain.
happy birthday too loud. He's been talking about his birthday since Christmas, girl. Woo!
I'm
And
gonna
then made about 40,000 lists.
his birthday is coming up. I'm gonna Steve is asking me where can you get the book? I am gonna put up the link in just a few minutes, Steve, of where can you get the book.
Right. The link
But
for the book.
a question for you, Mama Michelle. What has been your biggest challenge with the Captain over the past 26 years?
My
And
biggest challenge.
Yeah, what is what has been your biggest challenging moment?
The Captain hasn't, it's the outside world. Fear. That's my biggest challenge. Fear. That's why he doesn't go anywhere by himself. Fear. Fear of what I know is out there. I'm handling him. I mean, him and I work well together. I mean, he can be stubborn and all the little, just like all of us can be. But every time somebody asks me what has been my biggest challenge with him, he's not the biggest challenge. Outside is the biggest challenge. Yeah.
That is perfect. I love it. It's the outside world. The outside world is always the problem.
Yes.
The outside world, because the outside world is judgmental. And I would like to advise each and everyone who is watching this right now, let us learn not to judge things or anyone before their time.
That's it. That's it.
And society tends to judge according to your culture, your diagnosis, all these things. Society tends to judge. Oh, by your family. Oh, you should that. Oh, at this age, you should be that. Oh, but why you're not this? You're supposed to be this and you're supposed to be doing that. No. You see, there's something called time, and time is a factor for everything. Time is the master for everything. Until you know that God holds time in his hand, then we won't get it. Society is not the one that holds our time.
Mm-hmm.
It is God.
It's ironic that you mentioned time because the Captain is a stickler. I'm looking at the time because it's 5 minutes past snack time. Our last, we have fruit at night, and I hear him. He didn't want to be on the interview, but he said, "You got 5 minutes." We eat some grapes and little oranges and stuff at night, and have our water. I don't know. Like again, I said, every individual is different. But when you say be ready at a certain time, he have his hat and coat on. I don't care and be standing at the door. I kid you not. I kid you not. He is standing at the door every morning when that phone rings for him to come downstairs for program. He is standing at the door. And if it's cold, he got on his coat, his hat, his gloves, and his coat, and he'll stand there. He'll stand there until he'll go, but he's not going to go out the door and just leave.
Yes.
He, time, it's funny to say time is extremely important. So,
yes, yeah, time is the factor. Very so. Yes, time is the factor to every single thing.
Yes,
time is a factor.
Thank you for that. Yeah,
time is a factor to every single thing.
Everything, yes.
Yeah. As a mother, we all care our children, no matter how God created them, and our fear is how they will be in the outside world, because the outside world is the evil world.
Yeah, yes, it is. But I just want everybody. I know it's hard to connect to strangers, and I'm a stranger. But I just want to encourage you.
Michelle, Hold
Yeah.
that thought right there, because you said that you're a stranger. And I remember a little girl told me this probably when she was about 5 years old. She said, we are all strangers until we get to know each other.
Yeah, exactly. And that was gonna be my next thing. Like I was saying, I'm a stranger now,
Yes.
but reach out to me and I won't be a stranger.
Tell them you're
Miss B, you tell them. Because when I don't hear from you, I reach, because you know what too? That's what we're supposed to do. If we acting more like a community, and they're not, there's no specific nationality or ability that forms a community. A community is a group of people that support and empower one another, just like a sisterhood or brotherhood or any, and I know one thing about my mom's, you know, and when we're talking, just like someone said, we're our issues with the outside community. And that's because we have challenges with our children. We would like some support. Now, are we going to get it? Well, that's why I said we got to support each other.
Yes.
Oh, Captain, may I?
This is the book.
That is the book. We talking about Miss V. If anybody out there is head of the PTA or anything like that, we're trying to get Captain May I in the schools. Everybody that's read it thinks that it would be a great blueprint.
Yes.
Because it's not long. It's not long. It's cute and quick and to the point. I wrote it with a lot of passion. I'm very passionate about support and empowerment. And I really think that it would be a valuable asset to any curriculum.
You'd be surprised.
That's right. That's why I'm reaching out. I'm starting to reach out. We got a couple of book signings. We have an interview. When you're doing things, I was brought up, don't say too much. But we have some very interesting invitations coming up. We have a couple of schools and organizations have reached out
Yes.
in regards to the book, and yes, we do speaking engagements too.
Yes.
And the captain comes to the speaking engagements, and he's a little bit more personal than he is when he's at home.
Yes.
Did you see him dancing on my page?
No.
Oh, good. Listen, I'm gonna send you the video. We went to an event and then he was just going. That's because they were treating him like he was King Midas, baby, bringing his plate and just like he got up and started dancing. He was so happy. So yeah, if you're out there and you're looking for support, feel free to reach out to me.
Yes. So again,
Okay.
people, you could find Michelle here on Facebook. You're only on Facebook.
Yes, I'm on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, so you can find her on Facebook. Let me put up the name so you can see her picture right there. This is her name right here.
Michelle Renee Alexander-Druitt. And that's how I am on Facebook.
You type in this name right here on Facebook, you will see her pop right up. Please show support. If I'm going to ask you this question, what is your message that you want to give? What is your total message in this book?
Acceptance. That's it. That's it. Plain and simple. Acceptance.
No matter what relationship you're in,
no matter
what, the key word is acceptance.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
I couldn't have paused this at a better statement. I couldn't have paused it at a better statement. So before you go, I have a quick question. It has nothing to do with Captain. It has nothing to do with you. I'd like to throw off my audience with a quick question that has nothing to do with nothing. Just a throw off question to see how quick you are. This is one to see how quick you are. What word, 5-letter words, can you spell backwards that spell the same way? That is the same word.
Besides tide?
Besides what?
Tide is edit, isn't it?
No, it's a 5-letter word, But if you
Oh,
spell it
5 letters.
backwards,
Listen, Miss V,
it's the same word.
you're not gonna do that to me. No,
Oh,
I'm
yes, I
tired,
am.
and you're not gonna make me my head explode. No.
No, it's easy. It's
What
very
is it?
easy.
Tell me
It's
what it is.
audience, if you know the answer, you want to help her out, you can type it in the comment section. What is a 5-letter word? Only 5 letters. And if you spell that one word backwards, it's the same word you're going to get.
That's a good one. I want to know what it is. Somebody tell me.
Because you use the word, and that's why I didn't want to go over the word earlier, because you used the word already. And I said, oh my goodness, she got the same question I want to ask. And you use the word, and I was like, oh my goodness, I want to ask that question. And I want to ask you the question now.
Somebody knows. Wait, I'm happy that you don't have anyone judge your son because of it. Oh, that, you know what? No, that'll be another interview. People judge my son because he's autistic. They're afraid of him. My son. If you go on my page, he's huge. He's a big teddy bear.
He's a big boy. Yes,
he's a big boy. Yeah, yeah. They listen. But he's the sweetest, kindest, most gentle. He's a gentle giant. But people, especially when he starts going like this and stemming. Oh, I get a kick out of it. And we get on the bus and he starts singing. I start singing right along with him. The only time that he made me want to choke him is when we got on the bus and he's like, "Mother, you got gas." Oh man. Yeah. I gotta hop off here. He's about to bust this door open.
We're about to go. Audience,
okay.
Anybody got the answer to this question as we pause this episode? What is the word? What is a 5-letter word that if you spell the word backward, it equals to the same word?
Well, we don't know. Tell us.
And I'm going to tell anybody have the answer. If you don't have the answer, let me give you the answer, because like I said, you used the word before and I want to drop it right in there and give the answer to that one simple question. And the one word. Okay, let's see. Please tell us, Michelle, surname again. Or her surname again. Okay, we're going to type it in. Okay, your surname. Okay, so let's type in your name before I give the answer to that. It is Michelle Renee. I'm going to type in the full name so they can find it. Alexander.
You typed it in already?
I'm typing in it right now.
Can I see the chat?
I'm going to type it in. Type it. Can you see it? I hope I spell it correctly.
Did you type it yet? What is it?
Yeah.
No, it's Alexander-Druitt.
Alexander?
There's somebody else. Alexandria. It's Alexander. D-E-R, Druitt.
Or D-E-R. Okay, audience. It's right there. It's got misspelled, so it's supposed to be D-E-R. The last name is D-R-U-I-T-T. Anyway, the answer to that question is level.
Yes. I love it. Level. I'm going to remember that.
If you
I'm going to use that. Can I use that? Can I use it?
If you spell level backwards, you're going to get level.
Yep. Oh, I like that. I'm using that. I'm going to write that down. I got my pen here too.
I told you to have your pen because we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. See?
Yeah, drop them golden nuggets. We need them. Okay.
If you write level backwards, you are going to get level. So that is it. Let us level up ourselves. Let us think about going to the next level of how we should not judge, or we should just accept the thing that is, it is. And as we accept what it is, we move right along. We move right along. Yes, indeed. Level is the word. So again, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you. I like that level.
So much for coming on this platform. Yes. And
yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, please, if you do have another parent that we can bring on with the same topic, we could bring on.
Yeah, I know quite a few parents that need to get on here, and this will help them get out of their comfort zone. I'm gonna send you some names.
Yes, please, and thank you. Yes. So now you're gonna have your snack with the captain. As we pause this episode, I want to thank you so much from my heart. So not from my lips, but from my heart, I want to thank you so much.
And I thank you so much from my heart. I love you. Yes. Good night.
Love you. Enjoy the birthday. Let us know about the birthday when the birthday comes. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
All right. You see pictures. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you. So, audience, you heard it right here. This is again, it is it is Autism Awareness Month, and we are talking about we should accept that which is. Let us learn to know that no matter what relationship we go in or no matter who we see around us, acceptance is the key. If you're going in a relationship, whatever the relationship is, you gotta accept or dismiss. Kindness is a part of acceptance. And when you are kind, just show a little bit of kindness. It is that you are accepting something that you're being kind to. It is kind to be kind. So why not? Do not, be not. What lets us just be. Again, this is the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown, saying, it is great. It is great to have you. And I see we have some first timers, Wasim, and I see Aisha G. Thank you both for coming in. Y'all know what we do when there's a first timers. We cheer them on. We cheer you on. So again, let us not judge anyone before their time. Kindness is a part of who we were created to be. So let us go out there, show a little kindness so your life, your face, your culture, your community, your generation could be brighter. It's about lifting up humanity. And how does it start? By being kind. Thank you again. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you so much, Marianne, Yasmin, Amina, Theta, and our little brother, Wasim. Thank you so much for coming into this episode tonight. Don't forget to like, share, comment, thumbs up, because we are here every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you next week, same time. Hopefully, maybe we'll have a same topic continue for this entire month of April. We are going to stick with this topic. We might just have Michelle back. So you never know. I hope to see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. Bye. See you on the next go around, which is next week. Oh, for those of you who are celebrating Easter, this weekend is Easter weekend. Please go out there and search yourself. It's a part of finding yourself. So make sure that you have a blessed Easter weekend, and God bless and keep you all in perfect health and perfect peace. And we will see you on the other go around.